Uh, guys, I just got a note from someone.
Oh, wow. Uh, don't worry. We'll take it to the grave.
Yeah, I'm not particularly interested in reliving what happened last summer. But anyway, welcome to the Three Body Narrative. We are your podcast hosts, Pradyum, Aaron, and Naeem, and we are here to discuss everything pop culture movies, TV shows, games, everything. And for today's episode, we are going to be talking about that 90s summer classic, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I said that right? It's not I still know, I always will know, or I
Is
never
there?
will know.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, anyway, we'll get to that later. So, what is this movie all about? Well, one summer, four friends run over a townie and dump his body in the water. But the next summer, when they reconvene, one of those friends, Julie, receives a frightening letter telling her that their crime was actually witnessed. While pursuing who they think is responsible for the letter, the bloodletting increases as the killer with the hook continues to stalk those four friends. So that's probably the most generic slasher plot line that's ever been made. But guys, let's talk about this movie before we get to discussing the tinier details, whatever we can remember of the movie. Let's start with our ratings. So who wants to go take it away?
Cool. I'll go first then. In that case,
Of course. It looks like your t-shirt's already splattered with blood. So might as well.
yeah, I got the claws out. So yeah, this movie. I mean, back in the day, it was one of my favorites. The favorite thriller movies per se, and I think
Back in the
favorite.
day.
Uh,
For the movie?
for the obvious reason that is not the
Okay.
plot, but the
I
casting.
should put that meme, right? Watching it for the plot, and the plot is
Oh wow!
okay.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
not like that, but just two photos.
Okay, never mind, Aaron. You missed what he just did. Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Coming back to this movie, okay, I'll start off with my ratings, right? And
Yeah.
this is based off of my viewing just like a couple of hours ago. Um, I think this is like a 3.5 out of 5 for me. Yeah, that's still quite high. I know. And the thing is, I enjoyed the movie for what it is. Okay, there are some. It's a scream fest. Oh my god! Like I didn't realize how much she screams throughout the movie, and like is completely useless otherwise. It's just like every time something's happening, she's just screaming. Um, so I like the characters in the movie in the sense that it's like those college kids and stuff, and they don't know how to deal with shit when like it hits the fan kind of a thing, and they do the most obnoxious things in order to avoid taking any sort of ownership, or uh, what do you say, help me out here, guys, like ownership, what else, like
They don't want to
yeah, like
confess that they
they're willing
killed
to do the
someone.
crime but not the time kind of a
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yes.
Nonetheless, but so performances wise, I don't know what it is. It's kind of like not like jaw dropping, like wow, brilliant out there kind of a thing. But for what it is, it's like a real
To
fun
be
watch,
fair, it was jaw dropping for other reasons, but okay.
right? And so yeah, it's like a good watch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much of that is to do with the plot in itself. But there are some really nice. Okay, you guys are taking this on a whole other level, I
No,
think.
we're not. Wait.
But coming back to the movie in itself, I think the lead performer performances that are there, especially of the two characters who I've already forgotten the names of. But
Yeah, someone's not been paying attention to the plot.
yeah, sure. Okay. Like, can we get serious, guys? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I really enjoyed the movie. I like the twists and turns that are still there. Like, I did watch this movie a couple times back in the day. Uh, it used to feature a lot on Star movies back then. So it
Wow.
would be like every 2 weeks it would kind of be there, and I'd still watch it, kind of a thing. And you'd think all these, like, having watched it so many times, I would remember clearly what the plot was. I was fairly surprised on what I thought the plot was and what it kind of ended up being. Like, the main twist was something that actually threw me off, and I was like, wow, really? How come I don't remember that whatsoever, kind of a thing,
Okay.
Also, I think it might not help that there was a second part that came out post that, which was I still know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
And I think it was like a mix of both of that. And I kept thinking, okay, they're gonna be here at some point, and that just doesn't happen. And I'm like, wait, what happened? And then it strikes that, oh shit, that probably is in the second, and most likely is in the second part. Um, so yeah, still found it entertaining. Um, uh, like I said, I'd forgotten the major twist of the movie, so that really helped. The Scream Fest. I think a little bit that was taken away was the fact that I watched it in the morning as opposed to watching it like at night, which was probably added to the whole feeling of the movie. Perhaps I gotta say, like, I really like the background music that plays throughout the movie. For me, that adds value or adds to the whole setting they have in terms of it being a not really a whodunit, but more like a thriller of, in a lot of ways, a serial killer, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, 3.5 out of 5, and I think for me it holds the test of time.
Whoa. Okay. Aaron.
Yeah, well, uh, I think these are one of the few reviews that you've done where I cannot say uh I relate to the ratings or the comments that you guys have, but yeah, I think I'll start with my rating and I'll probably give it a 2. Uh, I think the only thing that I would agree with Naeem over here was that I think the plot twists were pretty cool. I think uh, someone watching it for the first time will there is a possibility that you might get thrown off as to who you would think was the person that was eventually found out to be the one behind everything. So that was quite cool. In terms of performances, yeah, it was jaw-dropping, but shockingly not for the good. Yeah, I think though I think these all these actors are quite early on into their acting careers, and so probably is justifiable that in that sense. Because quite a few of them then did go on to kind of get more bigger roles later on. So yeah, but I think story-wise it was quite nice. Would this be something that I would recommend as a horror movie? Not so much. I think this is you watch it in a group where you laugh at the movie more than be s- horrified or anything like that. Right? I don't even think that it's a slasher because there wasn't so much blood, to be honest. You just had some scenes where there was blood dripping from somewhere, and most of the stabbing and stuff was hidden by tires and stuff like that. So, yeah, not really a slasher. Mm, Entertaining watch, but I would say you'd need decent company to get through it.
All right, so I'd give my rating first as well. So I would give it a 2 out of 5. It was actually my first time watching this movie. Now, you guys know that horror isn't really my genre, right? We played enough horror games where you know that even the sound of my doorbell would probably make me jump if I'm really immersed into it. I think what I went in expecting was something like a Scream, which was for me. I've watched Scream, and I've always thought that to be like the sort of basis of a slasher movie. Maybe you have Nightmare on Elm Street and all of that stuff, but that's sort of that's my introduction into the slasher films, and I thought that was what it was going to sort of replicate. Um, and yeah, I think in terms of the names, you can't get more 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, right? Like this movie screams late 90s, 2000s when I see the likes of Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr., and a really angsty Ryan Felipe, right? Like when you give me that name, I would only scream, and I'll tell you the era was always late 90s, early 2000s, because that's the era that they were probably the most famous for. And everything about this, the atmosphere, the plot, everything was quite well established, or I liked the atmosphere. It wasn't very campy. It wasn't very the same. It sort of fit the billing of uh, a slasher movie. But I agree with you, Aaron. As like for a slasher movie, there's very little slashing, which which worked for me. So the problem with me and horror movies is jump scares. So I hate it when there are a lot of jump scares, and this didn't really have many, or it kind of already preempted that there was going to be something that was going to happen. So I I so that way I didn't mind watching it. I did anyway watch it in the morning because hell no, I'm not watching it in the evening, right? And I mean, I liked the plot twist at the end. It kept me on my toes as to who the actual killer was. I really didn't know because hey, you've killed this person, then you were finding out someone else and some friend and all of that. And also because I've watched Scream, I always thought that it was one of the friends who would, you know, turn to be the evil person. And so I was pleasantly surprised by what the twist was and kept me on my edge. That being said, it was disappointing. I mean, like I mean nostalgia only plays so much, and for me it was more nostalgic because of the names, but my god, some of the performances were as B grade as you can call it. Like some of the dialogues especially, like these are like you said, Aaron, these are good actors who went on to do good roles later on. But oh my god, like some of the dialogue and some of the, I mean, the just the performances, it was like just thankfully it had two of my childhood crushes in there. That's the only thing I'm about to say. Okay, so like I survived to the movie just was because of the fact that yeah, okay, both of them were there. Um, so yeah, I mean overall, that's my rating. It's a 2 out of 5. I was wondering if I would bring it down a little more, but I think the feel was there. It's just that the writing could have been a lot crisper and better. Also, I mean, weird to see Leonard from The Big Bang Theory pop up as this really douchey character, and I was like, oh. I first was thinking like, oh, should I feel sorry for him when Jennifer Love Hewitt or Julie rejected him, and then later he comes in that car and he starts talking like an idiot. I was like, oh, yeah, okay, no, thank God. So yeah, so I guess that's it for our ratings. Now let's talk about, I guess, the whatever we can about this movie. Now, I want to ask you, say that we were we were driving down that road and we hit someone by accident. By the way, that hit was crazy. Like I'm surprised Ryan Philippe's head didn't just fly off, get cut off the way the guy's entire body went and hit him on the face. So that being said, what would you guys do in that situation?
Oh,
I mean,
I couldn't live
go
with the
on.
kid. Too much of a scaredy cat, perhaps, or like it's just not in me to kind of do something that's kind of like forget about kind of it's definitely wrong, and then not to kind of bear the consequences of that per se, because I couldn't there's no way I would sleep at night after all of that. So I think the only thing would have been is like call the cops, wait there for the impending doom, and then hopefully the guy actually lived on, and then I walk away with a jail sentence perhaps, and then I don't know how that jail sentence shapes me up post that era, but okay, like I think kind of answering to the um uh, I mean I did the crime, so it's time to do the time for it kind of.
We know what Naeem's catchphrase is going to be for this episode.
You
Yeah,
There are a couple. There is back in the day. There is.
yeah. Let's come on to more. But Aaron, what would you do?
Yeah,
Same thing?
yeah, pretty much. I don't think trying to hide it would really do much for us. Knowing our luck, we'd probably be caught anyway, and if we are just digging our grave even deeper. So,
I
probably just call it in. I'm like, take me away, please.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
quite ridiculous that they took him to the pier and just dumped him off the pier right there.
yeah.
Like I know the currents were supposed to be quite strong and take him away, but the guy was alive down there. So um,
it was
it's
important for the plot, otherwise the
Though
movie would.
I think I don't know if this is a valid reason, but probably once the guy woke up or whatever and grabbed the crown of her head, whatever it was, probably in shock they just kicked him off the pier. So I'll forgive them for that.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true. She just kicks him out there. But actually, if the movie is based on a book, and in the book, what happens is they anonymously call the police and tell them
Okay,
that there's like a body on the whatever
off the
on the
pier.
high off no on the highway or whatever. They don't even. I don't think they dumped
Ah,
the
okay,
body
they
as well.
don't go
So
all the way. Okay.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, the books are a lot less slasher, more just thriller. It's like more young teenage sort of novel than it is a
Okay.
proper thriller. But yeah, I just came upon that today when I was reading, and it said based on the novels, so loosely based. But yeah,
Hmm.
so I don't know. Probably I don't know. I'd panic the hell out of whatever I'm feeling at that point. Like I don't know if I'd want to call the cops or I'd probably like do the anonymous call, get it repaired somewhere. But yeah, I don't think I'd be the one dragging the body all the way to the pier and doing that. I mean, that's a very
Uh,
you're bound to be caught or something.
you're just making the cop's job easier by leaving DNA evidence on the body. So, yeah.
Yeah, you
But I think
still
also location plays a big role in what you just said about repairing the car. For us, we cannot get a car repaired just like that out here. In India, probably a hammer, you just go and sort it out. That doesn't work for us. So,
yeah
yeah.
yeah. I mean, if
We
this was
have to go back to the police for an accident report. And they were like, oops.
What happened? I hit the wall. In that angle, how?
well, I mean, I've had that sort of incident where I was reversing a car, but instead of pressing reverse, I accelerated and hit the car. Right? Oh no, it was
Um,
bonnet first as well, so I did do that. So I've had experience in doing something like that.
yeah,
But I think if it was a place like here, no way would they stop and go back to the body. They just be like, drive, just drive,
yeah.
continue driving. Yeah. But okay,
Yeah.
who was at fault there?
Um,
I mean, you would still have to give it to the driver, right? I mean,
he
eyes
loses
weren't on the road. And
focus.
I mean, you can't go into technicalities because you didn't know the speed, but it looked like they were driving quite fast on the road. So, yeah.
And and just one more thing is like at the end of the day, it's not like a hot beverage which basically like hurt him in any way, which is why he's distracted because of the pain. Right? It's just liquor that falls on him. So you probably want to like move to the side of the road and then do whatever you want to do, as opposed to like do man like kind of a thing like in the middle of the road,
I mean,
especially when
his reaction, yes, but I think the initial reflex action, I don't think there's much you could do about it. You would probably like what just fell or something like that,
yeah.
right? So, yeah.
Yeah, because the
It
bottle,
is
I don't think
it
it's
is
not even
harsh, but
liquor.
I think you would still have to give it to the driver, to be honest.
Interesting.
Because he could have stopped because the guy was drunk to begin with, and having him out of the roof like that way, he probably shouldn't have been driving in the first place.
It's like you either sit back down or we're
Yeah.
stopping here and we're done with this.
And so,
He could have
yeah.
even, the guy could have even flown off once he hit the brake.
Yeah, with that
That guy
momentum,
was
definitely it would have gone and gone
Yeah.
further.
So, I mean, pretty insane.
But I was shocked at the fact that, like, I didn't know what happened initially because all I saw was like something fly and hit Ryan's face, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, dude. And then when it turned out to be a body, I was like, come on, man. A massive dude would have taken me out of the car as well. Like, there's no way it just gave me like a streak of blood there. So,
Uh,
yeah. Okay, so the next thing that we probably look at is the fact that I mean, time has passed. She comes back, and she looks like she hasn't slept for ages. So she probably has got the same conscious as Naeem has. And then she gets a note out of nowhere, right?
yeah.
That's saying, "I know what you did last summer." What would you do then?
Oh, yeah. The first thing would be, I think you would do at least I would do the same thing like she would, which is get all parties that were involved and like, this has happened, and then probably try and then convince them that we need to kind of fess up to what has transpired. But yeah.
Fair, fair. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
What would you do? Would you go to the cops again? I mean, you wouldn't
Oh,
even be in this
It's
position in
like
the
I
first
made
place.
it this far, what's a couple more years?
yeah. No, I think at this point, like once this whole thing has happened, and I've chosen to go ahead with like not revealing the information to the cops firsthand, I think it's a little too late to kind of go now. Now I've added way too many years onto my, I mean, probably a death penalty also by now onto my thing. So I think at this point, I would probably think that okay, so whoever this is has waited all this while until I return to town to kind of like give this to me, which probably means this person's reach is limited to this town only. So I'd probably pack up and kind of leave immediately, and then not go back there whatsoever for I don't know
So
for
what do you tell your mom who's living alone in that town? Join
I
me.
thought like come over
Join
like
me in uni. It's
there are
time
too
you
many
added to your skills.
there are too many bad summer memories in there. I just can't go back. So I think it's best to kind of
Your
move
mom's
out.
gonna question you the moment you say, "I've had bad summer memories." She's like, "What happened? Why is it? Why is it bad? Tell me."
Speak to Pradyum, he'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, no, I probably do the same as well. I'd go talk to my friends and find out what the hell's happening. The only weird thing is that I don't know why they thought it was Max or the other dude, Leonard, right? poor guy. I think he's probably the most innocent victim. I don't know why the hook guy even
Because he
went
saw
up.
them. He saw them, so he's like, "Oh yeah, the let me just like poke fun at them and send them a letter because they're back in town."
But like, he no way knew what was happening. He obviously thought he was puking on the other side of the thing. no, no consequence. No, fine. Say for example, even the friends thought that Max had something to do because he was the only witness, right? The hell has
Yeah,
the fisherman got to do with Max? Like the
yeah. Like,
poor guy.
why did the killer go after Max? He's like, ooh, new weapon. Let's try it out.
Yeah.
No, I think after that they're not in doubt that Max was not the killer. Like once he's been killed, right? Because the
No,
first time
what
fisherman,
Paddy is asking is why did the killer kill Max? Like,
okay,
what
that
did he
yeah,
do?
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that I don't know. By the way, even I like I was like, why would he kill someone who's a probable suspect and hasn't done anything to you?
like
Unless the thing is,
if I was
unless
the
the
killer,
thought
I'd use
process
him as
here is
my sort of like, oh, everyone's looking at him as the suspect or whatever. So continue
yeah,
killing. So
exactly right. But unless his thought process is, if this guy had intervened that night, I might have well not suffered any more drowning or something like that. So because of that, I will kill him too. You know what's worse? I was wondering why the cop had to die. Okay, and at this point in time, I was like, okay, maybe the killer thinks that if the cop did not help, what do you say, punish these guys or whatever for what they did, and for that he needs to pay the crime. But there's no
But
story behind that kind of a thing. It's not even. But he's just dead. He's dead. He just intervened that night for whatsoever reason, and he had to die.
yeah, I mean, this is probably the most generous of killers who has had the opportunity to kill each one. At least, oh, it's Brad and Helen, right? So it
The
was
eldest.
yeah, it was Sarah and Ryan, right? Ryan's character. Both of them. He's had multiple opportunities. He was even in her house, in her closet, where he
Yeah.
cut off her hair and everything. So he's had multiple occasions to really kill this one. Did nothing, but decided to take it out on the cops when they were probably just delivering her home.
Okay, I have one very weird question. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, it's weird. So when he's in her closet, okay,
Yeah.
and she's changing.
Yeah, I knew it was coming there. I
Okay,
knew.
I have this very weird question because the on the subtitles it says unzipping, okay, and then there's a moaning sound that comes from not a
wait,
moan,
what movie were you
Yeah,
watching, bro?
I know.
heavy,
No,
heavy
no,
breathing,
no wonder
heavy
you didn't have
breathing
any
sound,
idea of the plot.
heavy
No
heavy
wonder you
breathing
forgot the
sound that
plot.
comes through the what
Was that in the movie?
yeah, you guys should definitely go watch it. It's there.
No.
It's like
The
it says
unzipping, yes, I did hear, but the heavy breathing was before that even happened.
no, it wasn't.
The,
It was at the same time. Go check it out. I'm serious, which is why I was wondering what is this, like a turkey murderer or something? What is he up to, man? Like seriously, like I'm like, wait, why don't I remember this scene from before, kind of a thing? Like, my God,
I
what
mean,
a
I don't
miss.
want to get into that. You might be. I don't want to get into why you don't remember it and all of that. So let's not get into
No,
any
as
of
in, like
it.
I
But yeah,
didn't know. Like I didn't think that the at any point did the killer actually enter her room and like just stayed there watching her sleep through the night, kind of a thing.
he did, right?
Hmm.
No, that's what I'm saying. I didn't
Huh.
remember that.
Okay. Yeah. Um. Yeah. That's quite a bit to take in. But honestly, like he had times to obviously run over Brad, which oh my god, that was the worst car chase I've ever seen. Right?
Brad
Where
is
he.
stupid, man. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I swear, instead
yeah,
of
bro.
going zigzag, just turn
Yeah,
around.
like what the fuck? I'm gonna run straight. come at me, bitch. Oh shit. Like even after he's stuck in that position, there are like 3-4 vantage points that he can go and like make sure that the car is not coming at him in full force. But no, he stands right in front of these block of what like cargo piles or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And
Those
it's like
freight
Abe
boxes.
kind of a thing situation, and then he survives that, by the way,
Yeah.
and then for some reason chooses to be in that one place where it's like only him. I mean, considering someone's out to get you, would probably be smarter and be around people as opposed to being
You mean in the
alone.
on the
Yeah,
balcony? Yeah.
on the balcony. I was like,
But
oh,
the it's weird. Like there also, like once the killer has hit or runs over Brad, the guy's lying on the floor. Why don't you kill him? Right? Why are you waiting in a theater to do it? Like I don't understand. Like you've had opportunities, not like you've not had, and then oh suddenly he comes and kills him because he's alone in the balcony. He's alone multiple times, right?
guy's a serial killer at this point, right? So I think he likes the thrill of the chase and kind of making the his prey
Victim
suffer
sweat.
Yeah.
before they actually succumb to his um,
To his
deadly.
hook. Yeah, to his hook in that. Yeah. So a couple of very questionable choices um from the killer.
Does does he end up killing that guy's sister as well?
Whose sister?
Which guy's sister?
What's his name? The one who dies at the pier or whatever.
Missy Dugan
Yeah.
or what?
Missy?
Whatever
Did
they are
does
saying.
Messi get killed as well?
No,
No, no.
So, because there are multiple bodies that show up in the ice thing, right? Like where the ice
wasn't it just two?
Two.
I
was.
thought it was Barry and Helen.
Helen. Yeah.
I thought I saw three in total. Okay, my
No,
bad.
Helen comes like that. Or maybe then it's the sister. He has the sister, Helen's
Yeah, he
sister.
killed Helen's sister, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Which again, poor thing. I mean, come on, man. If you're running and you don't want to run to your sister's place and like come. You also get into the danger zone with me. Try and protect. Like I have no idea those
I don't think at
some of
that
those.
point she's just thinking
She's
like
just thinking
it's more muscle memory than anything else, I suppose. It's like run to the closest place you know where you might be able to stay safe,
survive.
kind of.
Yeah. And again, it's like when she's running, she falls off the balcony or whatever onto that. I don't know how she survives that, and then she runs towards the parade. But yeah, I need to stop and see around and look around to make sure he's not coming. And that's where he slashes her in those tires. Odd choice to keep the tires there, but yeah, I mean, like unlike Scream, where you can see those gory deaths, this basically was like let's have the suspense, but we're not going to be as gory or as slasher as. So it's more for me a thriller than it is like a slasher. This movie, at least. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Then what were the other points that were because my God, Brad was the most annoying guy. I'm actually glad that someone put an end to him because that point where they go to his house and then he starts acting up like a kid, right?
Hmm.
And it's like his mom, and his mom's also there just talking on the phone. I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? At least
Yeah, but
speak
I get that
softly.
bit. Like, I mean, first of all, if you want to discuss this, there are better places to discuss this as opposed to coming to someone's house and talking about, oh, you remember that murder we committed? Like, I think someone knows about it. And like, dude, what the fuck? Like, that was pretty stupid, to be honest. Um,
Yeah, the sister though, this Missy, whose cabin that they go to. So they're obviously looking at someone else to be the murderer, right? They think the person who they've killed is dead, right? And
Yeah.
they're like they think this guy's friend is the one who's doing all the killings. What is it that changes the thing? She says there's a tattoo or something. That's the one. Is that what
Yeah.
it was?
Yeah, there's a tattoo of Susie on the killer's not the killer, the guy that they hit and dumped in the water.
Yeah.
And
So
then Missy says he never had any tattoos. My
so
brother never
what
had any
happens to
tattoos.
What is
what
that?
happens
And
to
what is
her brother? Her brother
how?
commits suicide.
Yeah,
Her
no,
brother
okay.
was killed by this guy, right? The
Yeah.
killer.
Oh, okay, right. Okay.
And from what I understand, he was drowned, right? He wasn't stabbed or anything.
Who?
The brother, Missy's
Right.
brother.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
wasn't because in the
Because the report said that they found him in the crab's net or something like that.
By the way, crabs. Actually, that whole thing, I don't know how someone manages to uh because Max is in that trunk, right? With crab. First of all, fucking hell. Like, even if you were to take out a dead body with crabs, like obviously it's gonna stink. Like, even when Brad and Helen come and she opens the boot and there's nobody there. Like what he used
Perfectly clean boot.
perfectly clean, put with like the tools in the right places, all of that
Uh,
done in like a matter of what, 4 or 5 minutes. So how where the hell was he? Was he like was he chasing her somewhere? And like he knew exactly where she was going to be.
he clearly had his training in this. Probably was working with Dexter in terms of
mm,
getting right and
Yeah.
clean so that people don't realize what's
But
happening.
it's like
But the
how
more worrying aspect was that it was a pretty um, lively neighborhood in the sense that there seemed to be a lot of houses around.
yeah.
And it was midday, so like what happened to everyone? Like where did they go when he was dragging the body out? Because he definitely didn't move the car from there. So interesting to see how that worked out. And
He brought
probably
another car.
dragged the body around and like did it in a weird way or something, and then put it back
and
into
plus
the.
this one, when she opened the boot, she screamed like a crazy person. So it's like nobody bothered to see like what was
There
happening
was a
outside.
car also that went past. Do you think that was him?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah. But that was hilarious. She screamed. I mean, this town wasn't deserted by any means,
Yeah.
and like,
Or even you have like a random car parked on your front lawn. Like nobody
Exactly.
bothered to do anything about it.
She just
uh,
runs. She just bolts. Like, okay, there's a freaking dead body in your car.
she
You
doesn't even
already
take the
are.
car to
Yeah, take the
the
car.
house.
Like, but okay. I'm guessing.
That would have been a good way because then she called the cops and like, there's a car that's there.
She's,
Those people killed it.
she's supposed to
Killed
be a
this.
lawyer, but I don't think she's doing her homework too well.
Yeah, I think university. She doesn't get much sleep. She looks like death's come over her, and then yeah, I think a bunch of bizarre decisions that way.
Hmm.
So what's the story with Billy Blue again?
It's just, I think he feels the guilt, and he just happens to visit Missy to kind of learn more about the
No,
person
so the
he's scared.
boat. But where do they learn? Because she sees the boat, and that's when
Yeah, because
she
the
thinks
boat has
that.
the name Baby Blue.
No, but where does she come to know about that boat's name on in those newspaper articles or something? Who's
No,
Miss.
Missy says that a friend by the name of Billy Blue came and visited
ah?
and asked about the brother.
Okay, right, makes sense. Hmm.
And she's
Okay,
like, they were like hitting it off or something, but then he kind of immediately left after that or something. I was like, my
For
God,
2 minutes.
2 minutes they were hitting it off like brilliant.
yeah. So yeah, I mean,
And then he says, I went to Missy, but I was like, maybe this is where he confesses, like, oh, I felt like there was some sort of connection, but I loved you, so I left like immediately, kind of a thing. Like, imagine that's what he said, kind of a thing. But okay, it's crazy.
But that entire fight on the boat, like I don't know half the things that were going on because she seemed to find every nook and cranny of that boat. I don't know where
I
she was
swear
getting
she's
it.
been there before. She's planned
Uh,
her exit routes.
yeah, I don't know where she went to find ice, and then she went into the almost like the engine room and gave him enough time to sort of. And I don't know what he was doing. He
But
was just
the cool thing was she went in all those rooms and screamed so loudly just to let him know, like, okay, I'm in this room now.
it's
You
almost
know the best part? She goes into one of the rooms and she's like locking it up and she's putting a barrel across it. And I'm thinking, you're on a freaking boat. What is your like plan here? You're gonna keep yourself like keep him locked out and just wait it out? What's the plan? Kind of a thing. And
and
then
also I mean Ray falling off the boat, but having the wherewithal to kind of hold on to that rope or whatever and climb up, right? I mean,
the
it's
will.
just,
Uh,
His love was too strong.
and of course, then it's obviously the fisherman's hand gets cut off in that thing, which was so badly done, right? I have
I,
no idea how
I
it got.
don't even know how it got cut. I thought it would like get crushed or something, but he got like a perfect cut, like straight across. I was like, wow, that's neatly done.
It's like the prop department needed that bit. He always had that was never his own. He always had a stump
Uh,
there, and that's what he was using. No, overall, I think there were points where I was like, okay, this is intriguing, and then there were points I was like, wait, what just happened? Like, why didn't you do this? So yeah, anything else that we're missing out on in terms of just discussion or reviewing? I think more
Why
or
they
less,
didn't do it was because the plot needed to move forward. So if they do it, then the plot ends right there. That they need to
yeah.
service the plot.
No, okay.
Anything
We have to talk about that ending
yeah,
where it is she's having the most cheesiest dialogue and conversation with Ray, where she eventually says, "What? Like, I'm
jealous.
wearing a towel, and you can ravish me after in 2 weeks when we meet." I'm like, Jesus, woman. Um, and then I have no idea how that entire scene happens. Where I think it's again a very generic horror trope, right? I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street where Freddy Krueger goes through the mirror and pulls someone out. I think Scream also has that sequel thing where Ghostface comes at the end. So I think it's a very generic trope, but I did not understand, and that's when we move on to our second movie,
Which we
which
haven't
which
watched yet.
are we? Are we after
I
all
think
of
I
this?
think we need to. I think
now,
we need to.
now that we've endured this one, we might as well.
So apparently, what there's I still know what you did last summer.
I don't know what you
I
guys
all
are on about, by the way. I really enjoyed the movie, even though like I don't know where the two is coming
We
from.
know why you enjoyed the movie.
yeah,
It
and
was
I
an
don't
hour
even.
of 40 minutes
In
of
my
you know
defense,
who.
has been like the movie too. So there's definitely like maybe not for the same
It's
reasons, but
not a stronger defense as you think it is, but also, uh, I don't even know which movie you watched because you were saying things which even none of us knew.
go watch it again. Go watch it again, and then come tell me no, that did not happen.
Sure. Okay. Uh, right. No, but there is. I still know what you did last summer. I will always know what you did last summer, which is not even related to any of this. I think that's a direct to video sequel.
Then that probably is why I've not watched it yet. And
Yeah.
because
And
I definitely remember watching. I still know
what you
what
did.
you did last summer, and then in my head those stories were mashed up, which is why I was expecting another character to show up, but that character doesn't show up. So I'm like, wait, something's off. And they're supposed to be somewhere, but they're not there. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then it all comes back and like, oh wait, that's probably the second part.
And then there's obviously the latest movie that's come out, which is I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is a sequel to the I Still Know What You Did. So
Is it?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I thought it was
Uh,
a reboot.
Yeah, same here.
hmm.
I
Yeah,
thought
but it's not. It's actually a sequel, which is why I think
Uh,
you still have
because
Jennifer Love.
because Naeem's reason for enjoying the first movie is there in the new one, so
is it?
makes sense.
I didn't know.
Yes, yes, you
Yeah,
did
yeah,
know. Okay,
No, I
okay,
swear I
Naeem.
didn't know.
yeah.
I thought it was a reboot. I didn't
No,
realize some of the old characters are still in there.
yeah, no. I mean, old characters only two who survived. The rest are all killed off or just irrelevant, basically. I love there's no other supporting character that really mattered, right? The only other supporting characters were killed off. I think only Missy maybe would have been the other supporting character who actually survived, because you had the police officer who died, you had Max who died, you had the sister who died.
Her mother is alive, thankfully.
But
Then her
yeah,
mother
she had that one scene, I guess. Don't even know what it it didn't add much, nor did it do anything. So yeah, let's see when we get to it, but we will, I guess, at some point. So I guess that's about it for this review discussion. Anything else?
Yep.
I can't really
No.
think.
Okay. All right. So that's about it for I Know What You Did Last Summer. Well, we don't know what you guys did last summer, but let us
You
know in
just
the
can tell
comments
us
down
all
below.
about it in the comment section. Yeah.
Yeah, let us know what you did last summer, whether it's something that we should be wary of or whether it's just lighthearted fun. We'd love to know that. And do let us know what other movies we should be, movies, TV shows, or games we should be reviewing, and we try to get that done soon as well. But until then, that's it from us, Pradyum, Aaron, and Naeem, and we'll catch you on the next episode. See you.